5 undocumented immigrants have filed lawsuits against ICE after their failure to provide them with COVID-19 booster shots while they were awaiting deportation in the detention center.
What the fuck? Can you say it one more time?
I like to read a headline and go, I know what side I'm on.
I
don't know what side
I don't know either. Yeah. So these
Say it one
guys,
more time.
these guys are illegal immigrants. They got caught for something. They're not. I was trying to find out what the hell they did, but they're basically in the detention center awaiting deportation. They're gonna get sent back to their country.
So they already got
While they're in there-
full vaccination. They're waiting for their booster shots.
While they're in there, they're around a lot of people with COVID, and now they're suing ICE for not giving them the booster shot.
Wow.
I unfortunately know what side I'm on.
Really? What side?
Send him home.
It's not so much send them home, but it's hard to when you're already in a deportation center. It's because you're not a person of that country, if you will.
That's right where my mind went to.
So to like file a lawsuit using the laws of that country, like they don't seem like they work in your favor. I'm not saying it's like a good situation, but it doesn't seem like that would make sense.
Because my mind goes to depends on the state, I think. I don't know, this might be a federal thing, but like let's say for example, in California, I go to your house, right? I rob your house. If you blast my ass, I'm dead. My family can still come and sue you, even though I perpetrated you first. But in another state like Texas, that's not gonna fly.
One of these guys is in Cali.
So it's just, I don't know. I feel
it could be a human rights violation, which is more of an international law thing.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
And
That's what I was thinking.
I would say,
I was thinking the safest answer that doesn't cancel me.
and I would say that they should first see if making out with each other is gonna get them COVID.
I was not thinking.
And if they
that.
wanted a booster shot, if they wanted a booster
That's actually what I
shot,
was thinking. That's what I
and
was
everyone already had COVID, why didn't they just fucking get COVID from them and that's their booster shot?
Does it say what?
And you know what's so
say why.
Yeah, but then when I clicked the link for the reason, it led to an unsafe page.
And you know what's so sketch about this? Like going back to the human rights issue, remember when like COVID was first popping? Like they were like, oh no, there's COVID in the jails.
Yeah.
We gotta start letting them out because they're in constant danger, right? So all the inmates, of course, are gonna play on top of that. So they were just all giving each other.
They were like licking the same fucking towels.
They could all get let out.
Right.
They can all get let out because they know what the rule is, and they're like, okay, cool. So that's the rule. Then I'll just play the game this way. So it's just tricky.
I got a question. What happened to all the? Remember when COVID first landed, and we're all at JK, and we're talking about how there's people in China who are collapsing on the street. There's videos of people collapsing on the street. Nobody did that over here.
It's propaganda, dude.
Yeah, what COVID did we get? Because people weren't collapsing in the street. People died, obviously.
Did we get a weaker strain or what?
There were a lot of fake videos
You think it was
where
that?
yeah, there was a lot of them got debunked. Those weren't really COVID people. There was a video of a bus driver that just was violently vomiting gallons of blood, and that was a COVID video back in the beginning. Yeah, and they realized it was gastrointestinal rupturing.
Yeah, nobody knew yet.
Totally.
Remember when they were showing all the stuff in New York and how that shit was going crazy and we thought LA was gonna be like that, and there was like a mass grave and all that, and then there's no talks about it. Like it's just done.
Yeah.
I think people are just over it.
Yeah, now they are. Yeah.
They took
But do people have amnesia or some shit? Because
Well, there was definitely some fucked up shit in New York. I remember like some corner trucks and like a bunch of bodies and those things and like all that. But yeah, like you said, it didn't really happen in LA the same way.
It also hit everybody super hard initially, right? As far as like what we knew of what it was, and it was really scary at that time.
I think media was just mad irresponsible and just letting every sensationalist graphic
'Cause it gets all the
right on
clickies.
through. Yeah.
I clicked on that.
We were all glued to our TVs. That was when they were probably making the most money.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
and
Also, because we couldn't do anything but watch TV.
Exactly. And we needed answers, so we're like, we trust the media as far as what they're gonna tell us. You
the
know?
media's fucking up because they don't even retract their statements. They just fucking bury it. Like there's news clips going on showing everyone how they were like, yeah, the vaccine, if you get it, you're not gonna get COVID. You'll be safe. You could walk out to the store, go get vaccinated.
Fauci said it a bunch.
Everyone said that. And then now they're retracting it and everyone knows like you could still get COVID even if you have the vaccine.
And then people are like, they'll say like, everyone everyone knows it's about reducing the amount of people who go to the hospital. I'm like, no, that's not what they said. That's what the fuck I'm saying. I know that's what they're saying now.
If they just took the blame in a little bit, it would have been a lot easier.
They just said we were wrong a couple of times.
And others, like when you hear people that are in the science community, they will say that. They'll be like, yo, like, we didn't know. We're figuring it
how
out.
they were wrong
Oofy-doofy.
and how they're right this time. Like, what's the basis of how they're?
You know what's weird? Okay, so right now they're like trying to cancel Joe Rogan, right? And they're calling him misinformation. But isn't it
Information.
Isn't it Mr. Isn't it?
That's way better.
That's how he gets chicks, man.
Because like if they're telling him that he can't get it wrong, but they're doing the same thing and they got it wrong.
Fucking perfect.
So aren't they misinforming too?
But who they're blaming? They're blaming Joe Rogan because he's the guy who's getting way more views, significantly more views, and way more traction than any of these mass media outlets.
Did you guys see the reporter who just called out one of the people at the State Department? The State Department guy was like, "Hey, we think that all this is going to happen with Ukraine," and then the reporter's like, "Do you have any evidence?" And he's like, "Yeah, the evidence is that I'm telling you."
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. We should watch the video. I'll find it for you.
What the foheezy?
They just don't give a fuck anymore.
No, and that's just like, weapons of mass destruction, like all the bullshit. Hell, dude, even just saying that like Assad was gassing his own people. Now there's a lot of evidence that never happened. So there's just it's not what they tell us, right? It's what we find out later.
Now it seems like who is allowed to say their perspectives only, because like. Even here, right? Like, I mean, we are a news channel, even though we're a bunch of fucking idiots. It's like we are trying to report things.
I'm a moron, not an idiot.
And we're still trying to discuss news in a comedic way. But at least the crazy thing is, it's like, they have a perspective. And if you challenge that perspective, you're all of a sudden just written off and canceled.
Conspiracy theorists.
But what blows my mind is like, if you said these things in the beginning of the pandemic, if you said it could be a lab leak, the vaccine probably might not work and it might not make you completely immune. If you said any of those things, right? What ended up happening was social media will kick you off. Social media will ban you. Social media will say you're spreading fucking false information. Now it's actually true information.
Your own social media friends would cancel you too.
And your social media friends are like, you're a fucking anti-vaccine, whatever. And it's like, dude, let's have a conversation. Like, why can't you talk about this stuff? And if you don't talk about it, then you don't know if it's really right or wrong. And then when all those people who got canceled for it, violating that shit in the past, they're not getting their accounts back.
No.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is the news allowed to fuck up multiple times? And then, like, social media people aren't.
Well, they're really trying to treat us like idiots. Like, did you see the Olympic torch lighting?
No.
So because
They lit it with the mask on or something?
no, they had a freaking the last person to light the torch is always like a spectacle. Like, oh, who's gonna be the person? So they had a Uyghur person do it.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
In China.
And so, like, as a propaganda way of China saying, "See, we're
good."
Yeah, we're good." And then NBC
That's
was
amazing.
reporting on it, and the NBC reporter, who's fucking obviously like, in a cahoots with this whole thing, goes, "See, that's a slam dunk in the face of anyone who said China was
Doesn't like the Uyghurs.
oppressing." And like, it's so heinous. It's like insane that they would actually.
Our media
say
is just
that.
China run, dude.
China bought out our media?
For sure.
What do you think, Anthony?
China,
What do you think about China, Anthony?
Hey, China didn't tell us about COVID until what, March? Right? Yeah. Wasn't that proven?
Yeah, but I was sick in February, and that was probably COVID.
Me too, bro.
They had the first case in January.
Well, didn't he
first case in January?
I thought China been said telling Fauci has just been hiding that shit.
That's what I mean. Like,
Pretty crazy, man.
but they're all connected, right?
I know it is.
That's the crazy part, is like, people are just discussing facts, or just,
Stuff we know now.
Even the demonstration of the Uyghur lighting the torch, and like even that would have been okay. That is what it is. But the way that the NBC anchor, she goes, "See, that's a slam dunk in the face." Like, you just made it obvious with.
See, not China's fault, MSNBC's fault. See, we don't know. It's very complex out there.
That's true. It's complex.
So different.
Like it's just like now it just feels like, okay, come on, guys. Like,
This chick's bought out, dude.
yeah, it could have been a thing, but yeah.
I don't know anyone else that's bought out in this room. Keep going.
Anthony has some interesting opinions about Taiwan.
I'm up for sale.
Oh yeah, Anthony, is that
The only reason why we're against CNN and stuff is because we're a news show, okay? So I understand how we have our sentiment, you know what I mean? And I just want the people to know that we're actually trustworthy.
I don't know
Most of us.
any millennial or Gen Z or whatever watches CNN or any of the alphabet medias.
I watch CNN.
It's all the boomers.
Really?
Yeah, that I'm aware of. It's a lot of boomers. I mean, there's a lot of people my age too who are bored at home and they smoke weed and they watch MSNBC every night or Fox News or whatever the fuck. But yeah, it's mostly boomers. I don't know anybody our age who watches Fox News actually.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh?
Should we start watching it just to like
just to
get our
make-
fingers on the pulse a little bit?
Yeah, because whenever I watch it, I'm like, who's watching this stuff and who believes it? And because I don't know anyone here, at least, that cares about it or watches
They
it.
all agree on the same shit. It's just they say it different ways. It's so fucking fascinating.
No, don't they say it the same way?
Well, most of the time they do, yeah.
They always use the same catchphrases and the same.
Well, especially when they agree, right? But the Fox News guys will say the same thing about whatever topic it is, but they just word it differently. It's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
It's all a bunch of gymnastics that they're playing around.
Yeah, it's like no. It's like, Russia isn't that. Trump isn't affiliated with Russia, but Russia's fucked up because of this, that. It's just a
Same talking
yeah.
point.
You're just gymnasticking a different way. It's interesting.